Some people call it a fruit, and some people call it a vegetable. But the way I look at it, a tomato by any other name would taste as sweet.
Why do they need all this protection?
Well, a tomato is very much like a human soul. It takes a long time to ripen, and it bruises real easy. Feast your buds, baby. Sarah won't mind.
See, Mommy?
Wow, look at those scary flames. Who's the fireman on the ladder?
Daddy. He's a hero.
Sarah, help?
Daddy, if our house is on fire, would you save us?
Oh, you bet I would, baby. You'll always be safe when I'm around.
Okay, Laura, let's scoot. Come on.
Where's Pinky? I can't go without Pinky.
She's too old for that security blanket.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with a little security. You look nice.
Thanks. Do you think it's...
No, I think you're gonna be the most beautiful woman in that room.
I can't find it.
I'll handle this.
Okay.
I'll meet you outside.
Lovely life, lovely family, lovely garden. I don't see a problem.
Well, you have to dig deeper, baby. There's a weed in Sarah's life, and she can't get rid of it no matter what she does. The roots are just down too deep.
We found it.
Oh, good.
Anything interesting?
Just my seed catalog. Come on.
What is Sarah hiding, Tess?
More than that letter. Sarah has looked into the face of evil, and it's getting ready to look back. When you walk down the road, heavy burden, heavy load, I will rise and I will walk with you. I'll walk with you till the sun don't even shine. Walk with you every time. I tell you, I'll walk with you. Believe me, I'll walk with you.
The Medal of Valor is the highest honor a firefighter can receive. Now, Ed Bingham here will be the first to tell you that saving lives is just part of the job. But this is the first guy on the truck when we go out. He's the last guy to give up on a rescue. Of course, he is kind of a hothead. Ed gets a little mad when people are in trouble. When he thinks people are in
I'm gonna go out for a moment, okay?
Oh, Mommy.
He gets
Okay,
things done.
sweetie,
I
Daddy's
remember-
right there. I'll be right back.
We're called to a 4-alarm, fully involved house fire. There's Ed, first guy, and he's running short. Takes him two at a time. When he gets to the top, this is what he sees. Young kid, the mom. Hands grabs them both out, goes down, taking them both out, didn't even put on his firefighting.
Oh, God, no.
Mommy? What's wrong?
Nothing, sweetie.
You could put a soft fire on your cheek if you want. That always makes me feel better.
Good morning. How may I help you?
Hi, my name's Sarah Bingham. I was here 6 years ago. I'm not sure who I spoke with, but...
What is this place, Mommy?
And what is your name, precious?
She's very shy. She doesn't talk to strangers.
Lauren, what's yours?
Tess, and I'm very pleased to meet you, Lauren.
I had a goldfish named Tess, but she died and went down the toilet to heaven.
Lauren,
That's all right, baby. There are a lot of ways to get to heaven. Now, it just so happens that I can get you an appointment with one of our best counselors right away.
Hello, Sarah. My name is Monica. Would you like to set that down?
No, thank you. I'm worried about my little girl. She gets frightened when I'm not around.
Oh, don't be. She'll be just fine with Tess, I promise.
Sorry. Can't be too careful as a mother these days.
Of course.
Don't know what I'd do if anything happened to her. I'm sorry. I think I've made a mistake. I really shouldn't have come. I'm not ready to talk about this.
I can tell that you're afraid, but really, this is a very safe place.
Don't think there's any such place. I used to think there was. I had a beautiful home and a husband and a baby. And 6 years ago... 6 years ago... Please don't.
I'm sorry.
I feel very alone.
Well, what about your husband?
I can't talk to him about this. He can't handle...
What can't he handle?
I'm sorry.
My, what a cute little blanket.
My mommy made it for me. It keeps me safe.
Oh, sweetheart, you don't need a blanket to keep you safe. God is watching over you. He watches over you all the time. And even though you can't see him, he's right here and you can speak to him whenever you want to.
My mommy doesn't like me talking to strangers.
Oh, God isn't a stranger. He's the best friend you've ever had.
Thank you for watching her for me.
No problem.
Come on, sweetie, let's go. Don't forget Daddy's medal.
I hear your husband is a hero.
He saves people.
Sarah, if there's anything I can do to help, anything at all.
Would you... Would you meet me on Friday at 2 o'clock here?
I'd be glad to.
Okay. Thank you. But, sweetie.
Bye, baby.
The state prison. Tess, what is Sarah hiding? Did she do something wrong?
No, baby. She didn't do anything wrong.
Thank you so much for coming, Monica.
Sarah, I still don't understand.
Oh, God.
Carl Atwater?
Yes, sir.
The parole board has received your fitness report as well as your ID 44 endorsement from your section warden. According to your supervising psychiatrist, your progress has been exemplary. Taking into account your activities on the prison worship committee and the 6 years you've already served, he recommends parole.
Praise God.
Do you regret your crime?
Oh, I do. Yes, sir, I do. Every minute of every day. I know how much pain I've caused.
If released, will you be able to live your life in accordance with the laws of this state and the statutes of this county?
Oh, yes, sir.
Do you consider yourself ready to re-enter society?
Yes, sir, I do. Oh, the Lord is my strength and song. And He has become my salvation.
I really do love you, you know. Sweet dreams, Laura. Sweetie. No. No, please don't let him out. Please. Rapists don't reform. They get out of prison and they rape again and again and again. So you know what he did to me? Didn't you see the pictures? The bruises on my throat. He tore my hair out. He cut me with a knife here and here and here. Please.
Mrs. Bingham, we understand how difficult this must be. Mr. Atwater has served his time. And we have every reason to believe he's a changed man. I promise he'll be under the strict supervision of the parole board. Carl Atwater, according to Penal Code 9.94A, you must report to your parole office within 24 hours of release.
Yes, sir.
I'm so sorry, Sarah.
How could they fall for that act? Monica, he has no right to believe in God. He has no right.
Anyone needs to believe in God. It's a man like that.
Carl Atwater.
Yes, sir.
Hi, my name's Andrew.
How do you do?
Very well. I will be your parole officer. Okay, let's start by going over the conditions of your parole. Firstly, the parolee must register with the county sheriff's office within 5 days. The parolee may not travel outside of a 50-mile radius without written permission. You may have no access to any firearm, ammunition, or any item resembling a firearm. And most importantly, you may have no contact at all with your victim. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Now, according to your psychological evaluation, you attended some anger management classes while in prison.
And they helped me some, but not as much as finding the Lord.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto thy path. Well, I got the Lord in my heart, got an angel on my shoulder.
It's gonna take more than a tattoo, Carl. First thing you need to do is find a job, then find a place to live. When you do that, report back here to me. And in the meantime, I have your release funds. $100.
Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you.
What do you want?
I need your forgiveness. I know that's a hard thing to ask of you.
Please.
No, please, I won't hurt you. Let me read to you from the Bible here. I repent me of the evil I have done unto you. Jeremiah chapter 42, verse 10. See? So help me God, ma'am. I will not hurt you. I just want you to know how sorry I am. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven. Psalms chapter 52. Here. You don't want to do that.
Get out of here. Go away.
Please,
Go away. Go away.
Please.
Oh, maybe we can call the parole board. You know, this is a direct violation of Carl's parole. We'll call him right now.
No.
What's wrong, Sarah?
I don't want to call the parole board. They're the ones that let him out in the first place.
Yes, and they're the ones that can put him right back in again.
But before that would ever happen, Ed would find out, and I didn't tell him about the parole hearing.
Sarah, he's your husband. He should be helping you through this.
Yes, he's my husband. He's my best friend. He's trying so hard to be a good man. This thing has been so... The night that it happened, we had a fight. It was something stupid. I don't even remember what. And Ed lost his temper and he ended up sleeping on the couch.
He blames himself.
He's a fireman. It's his job to rescue people.
But he couldn't rescue you.
And when he saw what had happened to me, he was so angry. He wanted to go out and kill the guy. I had to make him give me his gun. I hid it in the garden, under my prized tomatoes.
Sarah, has your husband ever considered a little counseling?
No, he won't come. I brought him here 6 years ago, and after one session, he wouldn't come back. He said he just wanted to move on. So we moved on. I've tried so hard to get past this thing. Oh, if Ed finds out that Carl is free, Monica, I'm so afraid.
Of Carl? Or your husband? Sarah, one of the reasons that angry men turn violent is because they feel powerless, helpless.
So do I.
You cannot bury your anger in a vegetable garden any more than you can bury the truth. You must tell him, Sarah.
Carl, what's wrong?
It's not as easy as I thought.
What's that?
Being a man of God. Oh, see, I thought if you started living by the good book, things would be easier. But I'm just holding on here. I'm really struggling. Can't find a job. The way people look at me.
Yeah. You know, Carl, there are a lot of people who don't believe that people can change. And there are a lot of people who would like to see you go under. But God has given you the way to stay afloat.
When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. Through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned.
You remember that, Carl. When you walk through that fire, God will be with you. But he never said that there wouldn't be fire.
Yes, yes, our God is a consuming fire.
And so is your anger, Carl. One of them is going to consume you, but that choice is yours. It says here that you have a very, very real problem with anger, especially towards women. It says that you beat your ex-wife.
Bible says, wives, submit yourselves unto your husbands as unto the Lord. My wife did.
You mean your ex-wife? Carl, you beat her. You beat her more than once.
So you got no right to keep me from my kid.
And you've got no right to twist the Bible around to justify behavior that God has nothing to do with. Carl, your own actions were responsible for that restraining order.
You don't know nothing about it.
Well, yes, I do. She almost died one night. Believe me, I know.
Oh, great. Homemade salsa. Come here. Sit down next to me. You know what I was thinking?
What?
I was thinking that we ought to take a weekend together. Go out to San Juan Island, rent a sailboat, just you and me.
What about Lauren?
We'll let her stay at your mom's, or my mom's. Whatever, but she'll be safe, I promise.
Ed? It's not a promise that you can keep.
Yeah, whatever.
Ed. Please.
Hey.
Listen to me.
What's this? The above-named prisoner will be scheduled for a parole hearing 1 week from the date of this letter. If you have any questions, please contact...
It's too late. He was released last week.
Why didn't you tell me about this?
I was afraid. I was afraid of what you would do. Lauren, what's wrong?
A monster!
Oh.
A monster!
The window's locked, sweetheart.
Look under the bed.
It's just another bad dream.
I'm afraid of the monster.
Hey, you look at me. You don't have to be afraid. I'm gonna protect you and Mommy.
I promise.
It's okay. Hi, my husband's just getting some milk. I have some coupons here.
Paper or plastic, ma'am?
Sarah, I didn't know if you wanted low-fat or non-fat or...
Ed?
Masturbation will you run in prison.
Bible says he that is slow to anger.
Shut up.
Sir, what's the problem?
Yeah, I'll tell you what the problem is. This man is a rapist.
Mister, I need this job.
Yeah, I'll bet you do. I'll bet you can't wait to help a pretty lady out to her car.
I didn't know where else to go.
I'm really glad you're here, both of you.
6 years ago, I came here. Not because I wanted to, but because it was important to Sarah. Talked to a nice young girl. She told me to be supportive. And that's exactly what I've been. I tried very hard not to upset Sarah. Not to get angry. Not to rock the boat. I've never even brought it up.
Hiding anger doesn't make it go away. And it doesn't make the fear go away either.
I'm not afraid.
Anger is the child of fear.
Well, I didn't need help then, and I don't need it now.
Please, Ed, don't shut me out.
I don't want to talk about this.
That's what he always says. I don't want to talk about it. That's what you said that night. That's how you ended up on the couch.
Don't you think I know that? Don't you think not a day goes by that I don't regret that?
I don't think that she's blaming you.
You don't think? She blames me. She may not say it, but she blames me. Well, let me tell you something. I blame you too.
Why?
Why didn't you scream? Why didn't you shout? Why didn't you make some kind of noise?
He said he was going to kill you. I was protecting you and the baby.
That is my job!
Ed, please, wait, wait.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to buy a 357 Python.
I've got them. FC photo ID and your CPL.
CPL?
Concealed pistol license, new regulation. If you don't have one, you'll have to fill these out. If everything checks out, you can pick up the gun 6 days from now.
Okay. I've waited 6 years. 6 more days.
Ed can't go to sleep. He's afraid something else might happen to his family.
Everyone in this house is afraid of something. Sarah's afraid of anger. Lauren's afraid of monsters.
Anger is the monster. And Ed can't keep it from climbing in the window because it's already inside, in his heart.
But he's a good man, Tess.
Yes, he is. But it took God 6 days to create the universe, and it's going to take Ed 6 days to destroy his.
Engine 86, Task Force 60, Battalion 15, structure fire at 23943 Eagle Mountain Street. Please respond.
Rock and roll, people. Let's go. Let's go. Where's Ed? Anybody seen Ed?
Oh, Zeke, I must have nodded off. You're zonked. Yeah, you stay here and watch the fort. No! I am the best nozzle you got. Not today, you're not. You can't do your job if you're asleep.
I talked to the store manager. He said that you lied on your application.
Who's gonna hire me if I tell him the truth? I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't.
You have more choices than that, Carl.
I was just doing my job, man. All of a sudden, that guy, the husband, he's all over me. I'll tell you what, that woman, she's caused me nothing but trouble.
It's always somebody else's fault, isn't it?
Now, I have been a good and faithful servant of the Lord, and where's it got me? I've held up my end of the bargain. What about God's?
God doesn't make bargains.
Well, you're right about that. I thought he was going to help me, to show me the way, to see the light.
He will. He has. But Carl, once you know the way, once you see the light, that's when the real journey begins.
Begins? I'm in hell right now, mister! Look, man, I just want to be healed, okay?
God isn't magic. That Bible isn't magic. Quoting it's not enough, Carl. You gotta start living it. You gotta start living it here, inside. That's where the real change begins. That's where it takes place.
I love God. Why don't he love me? I'm tired of waiting.
Carl, you spend so much time talking about God. When's the last time you talked to God? When's the last time you prayed?
Why don't you pray for me?
I am, Carl. Oh, I am.
boy. Snickerdoodle's my favorite.
Daddy, what are you doing home?
Came home to see my girls.
Lauren, would you go upstairs and do some homework, please?
Mommy.
Right now, please. I want to talk to Daddy. Zeke called this afternoon wondering where you were. Said you were there this morning, but you missed the fire.
First one in 14 years.
Where were you? Where were you? Tell me where you were, Ed. Does this have anything to do with Carl?
For God's sakes, will you please keep your voice down?
What did you do?
Just leave it alone, Sarah.
Leave it alone. Ed, I was raped. You were sleeping on the couch.
Will you stop it? Will you just stop saying that?
You don't want to talk about it. You never want to talk about it, but I do. I want to talk about it. I want to know where you were.
I was trying to protect you.
How, Ed? You can't protect me. You didn't protect me then. You can't protect me now.
Oh, Sarah, I am so sorry. I would never hurt you. You know I would never hurt you.
Don't touch me.
Daddy! Why is Mommy crying?
Come on, sweetheart.
Oh, God. It's been 6 days. I want my gun. This time you're the victim. Turn around. God almighty. He's not gonna help you now.
What are you gonna do?
What I should have done 6 years ago. But first I want you to suffer. I want you to suffer like my wife did that night. He was trying to break into your house. I can't breathe. Well, get used to it.
Oh, no.
Don't worry, he's not gonna hurt you. Or anybody else ever again. You go on inside. You don't want to see this.
Yeah, so I'll walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Lady, he's been stalking you. He was watching you when you were in the park on Monday. He followed you home on Tuesday. I've been following him.
I'm gonna call the police.
No. Just put him in jail again. He'll get out again. And he'll rape again. And nobody should ever have to go through that. And with him, no one's ever going to have to.
What are you gonna do?
He's gonna kill me.
Oh, God.
Don't do it, Ed.
Back off. Who are you?
He's my parole officer.
And I'm a messenger from God. I'm the angel of death.
Good timing, because he's ready to go.
That's God's decision, not yours.
You need more than a counselor, Sarah. You need some divine counsel. I am an angel sent by God.
Ed, God doesn't want you to do this.
Well, how come God cares so much now? Where was God when my wife was being raped?
Where was he then?
Sarah, God gave man free will. And when men like Carl take it and twist it into something ugly and use it to hurt the innocent, then God weeps. Just like he did on that terrible night. But there's something you don't know.
I was there that night. I was in the house that night when Carl wanted to kill Sarah. But you didn't do it, did you, Carl?
No. Something happened. One minute I was gonna kill her. I heard this baby crying and I couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Shut up! Go inside. Now.
You asked, where was God on the night you were raped? He was right there. He was there in the voice of a child. Your baby. You see, God couldn't stop Carl, but he could remind him that his heart was once filled with innocence and purity and the perfect love that is every child.
My baby saved my life?
Yes. And you've been trying to save hers ever since, just as Ed has been trying to save yours. And you've both been so worried about feeling safe that you've forgotten what it is to feel love. That's why your daughter needs her security blanket. Oh, Sarah, you've been through an awful ordeal. So has your family. You can't change the terrible thing that has happened in your past, but you can change the terrible thing that is happening now. The decision is yours.
Will you help me?
You have the strength to do this, and I promise you, you will not be alone.
Mom?
No, sweetie, quick, get back inside.
Oh, I'm scared.
Christopher? Is that you?
Who are you?
I'm your daddy.
My daddy's in heaven.
Is that what you told him?
No boy should ever grow up with a father like you. Alive.
Do it. Go on, get it over with.
No, Ed.
I said do it! Do it now! I ain't fit to live.
Carl, you're not ready to die yet. And Ed, you spent your entire life saving people's lives. Why throw away yours now?
I don't care.
Yes, you do. You care. You totally care. You care about your life. You care about Sarah's life. You care about Lauren's life. You care so much that you don't know what to do next. You just know that you gotta do something. But killing a man or raping a woman doesn't happen because you care. It happens because you're angry. Anger is what has brought us all here today. And that is the thing that has to die today. And vengeance belongs to God, not you.
Mister, are you really an angel?
Yes, I am.
Ed, listen to him, please. Ed, you blame yourself for what happened that night because you think it's your job to protect our family. I've blamed you too. I have, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need you, Ed, please. Please protect us now, please. Come home with me and be our hero. Please.
Stand right there.
Police! Hold it right there.
All right.
Got it. Watch yourself.
It's yours?
Yeah.
We're gonna need to ask you some questions down at the station.
Carl Atwater. You remember that chance he was talking about?
What chance?
The angel. Yes. Now, I want you to listen to me, and listen to me real good. You have messed up a lot of people's lives, and the only one you can fix is your own.
Wow, no, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. I know my rights.
You have the right to remain silent, and I strongly encourage that you do. Now, I'm an angel, another angel, sent to you by God to tell you that you're going to have to deal with him now and me. You're an angry man, Carl Atwater, but that's all right. Everybody gets angry. It's how you handle it that counts, and you don't know how to handle it. But God does. He sent you 3 angels and 3 children. The tears of the first child kept you from killing an innocent woman. The tears from the second child kept Ed from killing you. The tears from the third child can save your soul.
What child? That's me.
Yes, that's you. And those are your tears. Through the mouths and the hearts of the children, God is speaking to you. I know it's hard for you to remember, but you were a child once. And in the eyes of God, you still are. That child is lost to you, but not to God. God wants to help you find him again.